friends, welcome back to my channel. Sas here. I'm here to do another review of 90 Day Fiancé. It was an okay episode. Alright, let's get started with Tanya and Sinjin. Okay, she was all stressed out because she was on her way to the airport. There was traffic in New York City and she got a text saying that, he has landed. I don't even know why she was so stressed out, because when they got to the airport, they had to wait. They actually had time to put down rose petals. I'm thinking to myself, girl, the people at the airport was pissed off. They're like, we got to clean up rose petals, child. So he finally gets there. It was really sweet, kissy kissy, huggy huggy. They go back to the hotel. He tells her friends, it was good meeting you, but you got to go. As he put it, he needed just 2 hours of sexy time. 2 hours. So 2 hours was up, and they were refreshed, and they were happy, and they were ready to see the sights of New York City, and they ended up in Times Square, and they had a great time. That was Tanya and Sinjin. Okay? Alright. Let's talk about Michael and Julianna, child. So Michael, he went to a jewelry store. He wanted to buy Julianna some jewelry to make her, life a little easier in the United States. It's her first time coming there, and they have had some hiccups with her visa. She's been denied twice, so, he thought a piece of jewelry would make her feel better. Okay, I think he got a necklace. And he wanted to incorporate the United States with Brazil. And it ended up costing $4,000. But hey, he wasn't sweating it. He said it was worth it just to make her happy. Now, while he's in the jewelry store, friends, she calls him. And apparently she was making some type of purchase, and the card was DECLINED, declined. Not because he don't have money. Unlike insufficient funds, he has money, but she's done maxed out that particular card. Okay, he says that she has access to his credit cards for, necessities that she may need over there where she lives. Groceries and other items that you may need to survive. Water, air, a roof over your head. But for some reason, whatever she was getting, the card was declining. He was like, listen, I have to check into that. Yes, I gave her access to my cards. And yes, she has purchased a whole vehicle on his credit card. Y'all, she done bought a car on this man's credit card. It must be nice. It must be real nice. So, he's getting ready. He is going to go over to Rio. Rio is where he's meeting her so they can have their interview so she can possibly get approved to travel to United States. Again, friends, don't forget, she has been denied twice. So, he gets to Rio. He had to call his ex-wife, just to let her know so she can let the boys know that he landed and that everything is okay. Again, Julianna is not cool with this whole conversating and having a good friendship with the ex-wife. But that's not what we're talking about now. I'm sure that's going to come up later. So he gets to the hotel where Julianna is, and they were just happy to see each other. Of course, they're nervous about the interview. So it's the next day. And it's time for this interview to see if she can go to the United States. Go to the consulate, is that where it was? And of course, there's no cameras allowed. So the producers is asking Julianna, how did it go? And she said, well, it didn't go too well. Okay, they insulted her. Bottom line is, friends, the people asked her, is she a prostitute? Have she been prostituting in the last 10 years? Why would they ask a woman who don't have a criminal history? That's what Michael said. Michael said that Julianna don't have a criminal history. So why are they asking her, is she a prostitute? And why has she been turned down 2 times before this? Of course, Michael says that, it was inappropriate, unprofessional, that, he's going to contact his lawyer. He's highly upset about this. Honey, instead of you contacting the lawyer, you need to contact a PI and dig into this girl's background because something ain't right. Okay? The milk is not clean, honey. Something ain't right with Julianna. Why are they asking her, is she a hoe? She says that she's a model. She says that, she go out to all these different countries. That's why she has all these stamps of approval on the passports. That she gets invited to these parties. Now, she says the other women may do a little hoeing on the side, but she ain't that woman. So, they are just trying to figure out, what they need to do. And so Michael's like, listen, if she don't get approved this last time, we're going to have to do some soul searching. We're going to have to figure out what we can do about this and our relationship. Julianna says that if she cannot go to the United States, that maybe they can move, elsewhere. Maybe they can move to London. Maybe he can move to Brazil. Honey, he's not going to do that because he is not going to leave because he's not going to leave his children. And honey, his ex-wife, honey, she would definitely have something to say about that. So, anyway, that is Michael and Julianna. Child, what do y'all think about that? Y'all think Julianna is a hoe? I just find that so interesting that that's the question that they're asking. Michael, you better do some digging. Dig. All right, let's talk about Emily and Sasha. Not much here, okay? They are on their way to meet up with Sasha's first wife, Masha. Now, Masha says that while she was married to Sasha, he cheated on her with the second wife. He got the second wife pregnant and he dumped Masha for the second wife. Masha also says that Sasha ain't about it. Okay? The only reason why Sasha is with Emily is it would be his way to get to the United States. He is using Emily to get to the United States. Okay? Masha also says that Sasha is a cheater, and what Sasha did to her, he sure enough will do to Emily. Honey, Masha was about it. I was like, yes, because this couple is bland. Masha is here to put a little hot sauce on this bland chicken. So, Sasha and Emily's at the restaurant. Masha shows up, and honey, he has a type. And honey, Masha and Emily, they look somewhat like each other, even though Emily, I think, is prettier, but they have some similar features, light hair, olive skin, all that. And so, Sasha is talking to Masha, and Masha, is just asking, where's this relationship going? You want to go to the United States, but you have children here. What are you going to do about your kids? And so Sasha was like, I will take care of my children. Emily's in my life now, and then things will just, work out. So Emily wants to know if Masha would give her stamp of approval to have Sasha's son come and visit them. And so Masha was like, it's going to be his choice, okay? The son's going to have to make that decision. But y'all, how old is the son? Anyway, so of course, Emily, she was like, well, I'm not going to have your child over there if he decides not to come or you're not giving approval. And for some reason, Emily, she gets upset. She has to get up and she has to go outside and get some air. That is it for Sasha and Emily. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Robert and Anny. A couple of days, Anny, she is coming from the DR to spend time with Robert and his son Bryson. But before that happens, Robert, he meets up with his homeboy Juan, who is also from the DR. And honey, Juan had a whole lot to say. Juan said, let me tell you something, friend. Annie is not about it. Okay? Annie is using you. The only thing she wants is your money. Trust me, I know. I'm from there. I'm telling you, she don't want you, she wants your money. And so Juan says, have you been sending her money? And so Robert, of course, he has an excuse. He says, well, of course I send her money. Isn't that what you do in a relationship? She don't ask me for money. I just send her money. Okay? And that's it. She takes it because I send it. There's no, beef there. She ain't never asked me. All this bunch of crap. But friends, let's go back to last week when she sent 500,000 angry emojis because she hadn't got that money. She could not access that money. Honey, she was pissed off. All right? But in Robert's eyes, she's not all about the money. Juan said, well, let me tell you something, partner. Don't do it. Okay? Do not marry this girl. How long have you known this girl? What do you know about this girl? And of course, Robert, said that he spent a whole 8 hours with this girl and that he knew this was the one. And Juan said, child, you are something else. Okay? I am sitting here looking at you in the eye, telling you I'm from the DR. I'm telling you this girl is not on the up and up. She is all about money. But of course, Robert, he says that it's pissing him off and he feels like that his friend is crossing, the bounds a little bit. He shouldn't be talking about his woman like that when he don't even know the situation. So Juan was like, all right, bet. Okay, I've done told you how I felt. I've done told you how the women are. You ain't picking up what I'm putting down, so it's on you. It's the day of Annie coming in, and Robert and Bryson are going to the airport. And let me tell you something, that Bryson, he is so cute. He is adorable. And I just really want to give Robert a round of applause for stepping up and, trying to raise Bryson the best way he can. And I give him a whole lot of props for that. Good job, Robert. So they're at the airport. And I guess they had been there for a while. And honey, Bryson had a full-blown tantrum. Running around, screaming, yelling, crying. Child, I was like, Lord, Jesus, hurry up and get that. So Annie, she finally shows up. And it was a sweet moment, kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy. She was talking to Bryson, how she was excited to see Bryson. She don't have any children, but Bryson will be, her child. I mean, it was a very sweet moment, all right? So they get back home, and she says, listen, I want some boom, boom. I want some sexy time, okay? I'm frustrated. I've been wanting this for a long time. So, of course, Robert, he's trying to put Bryson to bed. Honey, Bryson wasn't going to bed. Bryson was wide open. You hear me? Wide awake. He was running around. He was talking. He was climbing all over Annie. He was climbing all over Robert. Honey, she was like, Lord, have mercy. Honey, Annie, you might as well go into that room, put on some pajamas and go to bed because, honey, it was no boom boom time. Honey, Bryson was not having it. So anyway, my question to you, friends, do you think that Annie is using Robert for money? And let's say she isn't. Do you think Bryson is going to run Annie off? I mean, Bryson is a lot. Okay? And I'm quite sure she's not used to a child with that much energy. So we'll see. I definitely think that money plays an important part in her life. Okay, I think she's all about money. We see next week he takes her to the Goodwill, Salvation Army, thrift store. Honey, she wasn't having it. She says, I'm not going to wear this used stuff. I said, child, Robert. So let me know what y'all think about Andy and Robert's relationship. Have mercy, Marcel and Anna. I'm going to tell y'all up front. These two is going to get on my nerves. That translator app, I can't, y'all. I cannot, just how they communicate with each other just tears me up. I mean, so anyway, they are leaving the hotel. They are driving from Chicago to Nebraska. And, you know, Anna says she had a good night. Child, how can you have a good night? Let me stop. Honey, if she like it, I love it. So, she's nervous because this is the first time Marcel is meeting her 3 boys. And the 3 boys are nervous in meeting him because they're like, listen, you're not going to come up in here and tell us what we can and what we can't be doing. All right? That ain't going to happen. So, Marcel gets there and, you know, it was fine. It was awkward. You know, they're asking him, does he eat pizza? They're trying to get him to play video games. And it was just a real awkward meeting. You can just feel it. You know, Anna didn't know what to say. You know, Marcel, he couldn't say nothing. They had to use the darn translator app. The oldest boy is giving Marcel the business, honey. That oldest boy is like, listen here, okay? It's very uncomfortable. All right, you're not going to come in here and try to be mean to me and my brothers. You're not going to try to be a father figure, you know, and that's that on that. So, they go and they meet up with Anna's mom. Now, Anna's mom, according to Anna, has no filter. So, they go to the restaurant and they have one of her sons with her. So, it's Anna, Marcel, the son, and then Anna's mom. When Anna's mom gets there, she was very sweet. She, you know, gave Marcel a hug. She gave Marcel a kissy-kissy. And they start talking. Now, she has problems with Marcel because they're Catholic and he's Muslim. Okay? And she says, listen, they like to control their women. Okay? Now, she ordered her a beer. And so she looked at Anna and she was like, you going to get you a beer? And so Anna asked Marcel, she was like, you know, can I have a beer? And he was like, no beer, no beer, because, of course, him being Muslim, no smoking, no drinking, nothing. So she declined the beer and she got water. Honey, did you see her mama? Her mama looked at her with that mean side eye. She was like, here we go. Okay. All right. So they start talking about family, and the mama says, what does his family think about you having, you know, 3 boys? And so Anna dropped a bombshell. I said, now look at here. Anna says that Marcel's family doesn't even know that she has children. And so the boy was like, are you serious? Wow. So you mean to tell me your children are a secret? And honey, mama flew hot. The mama said, you got to be kidding me. Why are you not telling your family about my grandchildren? So Marcel says that the reason why he didn't tell his family is because that's something that don't happen in Turkey. Okay? I guess being with the woman, you know, with children and you're not married to her, I guess that's a huge no-no. And he's saying that the reason why he ain't telling them is because he loves Anna and he don't want to hurt Anna. He wants to be with Anna. Now, if his family found out, it's a wrap. Okay? He will be disowned from the family. I think Anna used the term exiled. Honey, he will be disowned. It's not proper. It's not appropriate. And honey, they'll be like, they will kick his butt to the street. So, Anna is saying that, you know, it's his family and he will choose me over his family. That is what Anna said. Anna really thought in his head that Robert will pick her over his family, even though he asked her to move to Turkey and to leave her boys. Honey, Anna is a special kind of special. I'm telling you, Anna by the end of this season is going to get cussed out by me. I can just feel it. I can feel it. So, the mama was like, oh really? So you picked you over his family. She said, well, let me know about that. Let us find out about that. So the translator app again, all right? So Robert basically was like, I don't know. Bottom line is, Robert said, I ain't choosing you over my family. He don't want to tell his family about your kids, but you sitting up in there using a translator app, talking about you love him, introducing this man to your children, and he don't have the decency to tell his family about him. Anna, I'm going to need for you to kick a hard brick with no shoes on. That's what I'm going to need for Anna. Y'all, Anna's going to get on my last nerve. I'm telling you. Woo. Anyway, guys, that is it. What did you all think about 90 Day Fiance? And for my new subscribers, welcome to the family. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.